We're going to introduce story ideas, and I like to cover story ideas early in the semester because they're so important to good journalism. Any reporter will have to usually come up with their own story ideas, sometimes a specific number each week, or they'll be assigned stories by an editor. But there's usually some negotiation between a reporter and an editor as to what the story, the shape of the story, and how it's going to play out. You could get story ideas from a specific coverage area. Those are called beats. Sometimes people get story ideas from their beats. Other reporters are more general assignment, so they'll have to come up with just stories that fall outside of other people's beats. But the important thing to remember is that coming up with great story ideas is truly a skill and something that you have to think about and work on a little bit. At first you may just have an idea, but you definitely want to research that a little bit, and that's what you can do in the research unit of this class to see how you can really focus up your idea. Sometimes ideas don't really lead to a good story, or they may lead to an entirely different story. Usually when you're researching one story idea, if you're a reporter, you'll also be developing other story ideas at the same time. So, and as you do this, you definitely want to keep your editor updated. So the best thing you can do is just think of yourself as a reporter and develop a story hunting mindset. Right away, that'll probably generate some story ideas for you. Be aware of what's going on. You can read magazines, newspapers, social media posts. Seeing what's trending now is very important to coming up with story ideas. Following sites and blogs. Watch news, watch video, listen to radio shows, and just try and be a little more aware of the world around you, locally, internationally. And if you're curious and you follow up and sort of investigate things, that'll lead to some really good story ideas. A lot of times you'll get pitched story ideas from public relations firms, and there are also a lot of people out there who want to try and spin the news a certain way. So reporters have to be aware of this. You'll be getting information from all kinds of sources. Some of it may be useful, but reporters should also be aware of trying to take that information and really develop a fair story for their audience. Here are some just general ways that you can come up with story ideas. These are just a few. Obviously, there are a lot more. That's what we're going to be doing in the discussion in this unit. And something I want you to think about is just how do you come up with story ideas? What are some good ways that might lead to very useful stories?